Hey, how's it going today? It's Mike. Here losing 40 pounds in 90 days using paleo diet, NutriBullet, and yesterday, this morning when I got up, I weighed 210.2 pounds. So I gained about a pound over yesterday. But they say don't weigh yourself every day. It's probably a good idea when you're trying to lose weight because it's a little bit discouraging. You always want to lose a little bit every day. That's the way I am anyway. But I got proactive about it. I thought about, why did I go up a pound? And I've told you before, I've lost weight like this 3 times before in my life. And all 3 times I was a lot more active. Right now I'm on my butt a lot. I'm either sitting at the computer working or I'm driving to go see clients during the day. And so I'm sitting a lot. So the 3,000 calories that's allotted me every day is for a moderately active person, which I consider myself, but I have to look at that again, and I'm sitting a lot. So that being said, I got proactive today. I went out, I did my walk, and I started jogging a little bit. I've had a little bit of an injury on my foot. Not too bad, but it's nailed me where I can't really, it's held me back from jogging, stuff like that. I've just been able to walk, shoot some baskets, that kind of stuff. But today I was able to jog a little bit, so that helped. That helped burn a few more calories. So I did like a little walk a quarter mile, jog a quarter mile, and I think I jogged in the last half mile. So it took me less time, but I burnt more calories, in a shorter period of time. And then tonight, which is, it's late, it's like 9 o'clock right now in my time. Usually I do these in the morning, before noon anyway. But tonight I got out and rode the bike, and I did 10 miles on the bike, and that burns about 600 calories. And it's not, I'm in Texas, I'm north of Dallas, and it's pretty flat out here, and it's about sea level, so you got a lot of oxygen, and it's pretty flat, so 10 miles isn't that tough. I have been living in Reno before I moved out here, and it's all mountainous, so if you go 10 miles, you're going to go 5 miles downhill, and you go another 5 miles back uphill, and you're at 5,000 feet, so you don't have the air that you have down here. So anyway, bike ride wasn't too bad. I want to build up to do my 200-mile ride. Anyway, like I said, I've noticed the last few nights I'm not sleeping real well. And be honest with you, I always had a couple glasses of wine or a couple of beers at night, after dinner. And I think maybe that's had a little bit to play with me not sleeping. But we may have a glass of wine tonight, see how that goes, see if I sleep any better. And I think that's going to help with the weight loss too, just because I have more energy during the day. Although I really, it's amazing how good I feel doing a lot of vegetables and fruit. But today so far, it's gone really well. I'm hoping I wake up tomorrow and I get under 209, 208 something. But we'll see. I'm not really too stressed out about it. The book says that you will lose about 15 pounds a month, depending on how fat you are, how much, how overweight you are. And my BMI, my body mass index, is 35, which is 5 points over the lowest. 30 is for my height, which is 5'11", and I weighed at the time 215. I had 35 BMI, and the lowest you can be and not be BMI score, the lowest BMI score you can have and not be obese would be 29.9. Right at 30, they classify you as obese. So even though I may not look like I'm super fat, I feel like I am though. I mean, that's who counts. Is it's me, and I feel like I'm really overweight. I'm really uncomfortable. I think part of my problem with my foot may be that I'd gained so much weight. Then I went out and I was trying to do wind sprints one day, and I tweaked it somehow. But anyway, I think that's in the past now, and I'll be able to do some more exercising. Got a treat for you today at the NutriBullet table. We're going to try to do, I've been trying to perfect this for as long as I've had my NutriBullet. I'll tell you a little story. I love V8, and I've always wanted to make a V8. And I've had a juicer before. I don't know if you've ever owned a juicer, but for me, that just doesn't work. It's just a gigantic mess. So a friend of mine came back and said, "Man, you really need to get a juicer. These things, you know, it's the way to go." I respect the guy, and he's in great shape. And so I went out and got a juicer, and I wanted to make this V8. So I went and got everything to make a V8. It cost me like $50 to get all the vegetables, and I'm sitting there, I'm making this thing, I'm juicing this, and out the back end's coming like everything, and then the little bit of juice over here, and like you do celery, and it's coming out a whole bunch of green stuff, of fibrous stuff over here, and then water on this side, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? I'm trying to make a picture of it like this, right? So it cost me about $50 in vegetables to try to make this V8, and it tasted, it was awful. And then the cleanup was awful, because I really had to clean this thing up really, really good, because I was taking it back to the store. And I did. It lasted one day with me. I'm not a big fan of juicing just because it's such a mess. But anyway, I'm going to attempt to do a V8 in the NutriBullet, and I've been attempting this many times, and I'm trying to get in there. We'll see what happens today. Okay, I'll be back in a minute with the NutriBullet. Okay, back at the NutriBullet table, and there's been a lot of people asking me, where can they get a table like this one right here? I don't know. It's rare, and it's probably really hard to find, and I doubt you'll be able to get one like this. But that's what makes this so unique. It's a one-of-a-kind NutriBullet table. Okay, what we have in the NutriBullet today is put some beets in there. And how I came up with this is I just look on the can, and then I look at the ingredients. There's a couple things I'm missing today: watercress and onions. And the reason I'm missing onions is because I thought I had onions, and I didn't have onions. Watercress, I'm not going to go buy watercress to put in a damn NutriBullet, try to make a V8, but I might. Who knows? Anyway, so I got the beets, I got the celery, I got the tomatoes, I got a carrot, and I got spinach. And then over here, I've got the paprika, I've got some ginger, I've got some turmeric, and I've got some cayenne pepper. And again, on the cayenne pepper, you don't want to use a whole bunch of that stuff, because it doesn't take much, and is very, very hot. Another thing on cleaning the vegetables, I bought this spinach, and I'm glad I always wash my vegetables before I put them in the NutriBullet, but there was like a huge clump of mud. At least I hope it was mud inside the spinach. So if I would have just taken that and ripped it out and thrown it in there, I'd have been drinking some mud. So we don't want to do that. Okay, I'll put this in NutriBullet, grind it up. We'll have the Fat Man alert, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, we got a special guest here today. Here, Dallas, come here. That's Dallas the dog. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see her last time. She's a pretty cool dog. Okay, Dallas, get out of the way. Okay. I give her some fish oil pills, capsules, that I also take myself, but they're actually really good for your dog too. My she's getting up there a little bit. She's 10 years old. But, okay. Here we go. We got our tomatoes, celery, spinach, our spices, carrots. I'm going to go ahead and grind this thing up here. And it's kind of late at night. It's 9 o'clock. I usually get to bed about 11. But, so I'm not going to make a huge one of these. And I'll drink the whole thing, but it's not like stuffed like I normally do. So, here we go. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute and chug this down. We're going to have the Fat Man warning with no t-shirt coming up. Okay, here we go. Fat man, no t-shirt warning. Hey, once again, the reason I'm doing this is so you can see the weight loss over time. And it's only been, this is day 6, so you're not going to see much weight loss, but hopefully if we run all these together from day 1 to day 90, you should see quite a bit of difference. So anyway, that's why I've got my shirt off. That's the only reason. Okay, here we go. Let's shake this thing up. It's settled a little bit. And sometimes these things can be pretty nasty if you don't get them right. But I think I did pretty good on this one. It's got the right color to it. Okay, here we go. And I just ruined the table. This doesn't smell good. It wasn't that good. Kind of nasty. But packed full of vitamins. See you tomorrow.